Well, hello everyone. My name is Rosana Penilla Barucha, and today we are welcoming you to our new episode of the Stories of Absolutely Fabulous Women of Today. Sharing story creates emotional connection so that we can get a deeper understanding of other people's experiences and despite of our differences. Our purpose is to bring inspiration, friendship, hope, and most of all, encouragement. So, through this connection and information, we hope that we can build stronger communities and make a better place for everyone. So, today we are going to meet our absolutely fabulous guest. She's the ambassador for Warrior in a Cup in our last high tea. And we're going to meet her eye to eye, mind to mind, and heart to heart. So let's welcome Nima McElhinney. Good morning.
Good morning, Rosanna. And first and foremost, I really want to thank you for inviting me to take part in this extraordinary conversation one-on-one with Rosanna Panilla Barucha, an extraordinary woman who doesn't continue to amaze me with what she can do, what that networking capacity, how she builds women, not only in Canada, but internationally, connect women and inspire women through other women. Thank you. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank
I
you.
should be thanking you because I was able to get you to be on this show and to get to know you a little bit more. And not only that, but now we're sharing this story with everyone who's watching. And this could be, seen by people, as you said, internationally, wherever they are. But
Mhm.
Nima, could you please tell us about yourself so that people can at least get to know who is Nima McElhinney?
Okay, thank you. Well, I was born and raised in a small, beautiful mountain village in near Mount Everest in Nepal. It's in the eastern region of Nepal, and where I am what you call Sherpas. Sherpas are an ethnic minority group, internationally known as the climbers tribe. Sherpa Tenzing, if Norgay, who climbed Mount Everest with Sir Edmund Hillary. So in 1953, so that name became synonymous with mountain guides, mountain climbing. But in actual fact, Sherpas are an ethnic group who are traders, who are farmers, who are business people, who are also climbers. Mainly, a lot of very, very top mountaineers climbers are Sherpas, and there are those who have climbed without oxygen. There are those who have climbed 22 times. There are those who have climbed like in with speed. So they've made all the names because they are born in the region, and they do have much better tolerance with the thin air. That's what I'm trying to explain. But I'm not a mountaineer. I'm a businesswoman more. So
Oh yeah,
anyway,
okay. So now that you
yes,
mentioned you're a businesswoman, so
yes.
if I can ask you, Nima, so how does your day look like? What do you do from morning till the end of the day as a
Mhm.
businesswoman, as a wife, and of course, I know you also have grandchildren now. So how do you manage your day?
Yes. Um, my I'm I'm very specific in my day-to-day routine. I'm very I get up, I do my morning, I do have a little bit of morning meditation, and basically to cultivate positivity starting my morning. I listen to great podcasts by great people who can uh, enrich my morning ritual. So just starting my day with the positivity, and I try not to listen to the negative thing first thing in the morning. So that will get my day started. How to be kind, how to see the best in people, how to look at situation and turn that challenges and turn that into opportunities. That is something that I continue learning, and I've always been interested in that kind of that kind of approach to life. Okay, so before we go any further, I just wanted to finish my where I'm from, where I am today. Is it? So I was born in the village of Sherpa village in the mountain, and then I met my husband, who is from Scotland, at the age of 22. Both of us were 22, and we got married, and that's a long story, but we don't have the time to explain that. But basically, I used to teach a basic Nepalese language, and he was a British volunteer, both 22, and he came to Nepal, and then we got married in 5 weeks. Of meeting with each other, and that was 38 years ago. Then I went to Scotland, lived in Scotland for 5 years, had both my daughters, one in Nepal, one in Scotland. Then we came to Canada in 1989. The land of,
Wow.
1989, we followed what everybody follows, the buzz is Canada has much more opportunity. And so we followed our life's pursuit to fulfill our quality of life, to get more opportunity for our children and for ourselves. And not only that, the weather and the multiculturalism is what really excited me to come to Canada, because then I am not standing out in the in the crowd. I want to blend, and I love what Canada offers. The variety of people, the food, the accent. I always ask people, where are you from? What is your background, no matter what? And that interests me. And there is constant flow of people with different accent. And when you feel that you've known, and you all of a sudden, there's something new that you hear in the grocery store. And I'm not afraid of asking them, because I'm so interested. I want to know where people are from, So I do that, and if people, I have not found people feel offended, because I also have an accent, and I want to learn, So yeah.
Well said, Nima. Well said, Nima. I stand beside you when it comes to talking about Canada and how I feel about moving here in Canada for now 25 years. I just feel that, this is the right place for me. It has given me a lot of opportunity. But you know what? We also have brought something that we can contribute to Canada, right? We work hard in order for us to be a better person here, or better citizen here in Canada. Now, I would like to talk about childhood. I know you have some fun memories of your home place. Everyone does, especially for all of us who were first, who came here as immigrants, right? So, what is your best childhood memory?
Well, my parents went to India when I was very young for a period of time. I think I must have been 5, 6, 7, 8 around that time. So I was with my grandparents. I lived in that time. I stayed with my grandparents, and what I know there, I shared with you that when I was so young, my grandmother was sick in bed. She was bedridden. So I took care of her personal need, and I was only 7, 8 around there. The personal need, what the personal care workers do, kind of personal need. And we did have home help, but my grandmother wouldn't let her touch anything to do with her personal needs, because she felt it's not fair to the person who's not blood related. Okay, so because I'm her granddaughter, I took care of her. But also, when I did take care of her, because we didn't have a washroom in the house, I had to carry her. What she released during the night, I had to take her to. We had like 100 feet away from the home. The outdoor toilet. It was a nice one, but so I carried that. The peas and whatever. So I remember. So my grandmother at the time put both her hands on my head. She would say that because I can see she's deeply grateful, because she's vulnerable, she's helpless, that me, a child, is carrying, her, how do you say it? No, put me in a nice word, Rosanna. Help me. I'm trying to say the word without
How
making
do you say
crass.
that? How do you say?
you know her, like, she'll do her toilet at night under the bed. We have a potty, so I would clean her potty
Oh,
in the morning.
oh yeah, I forgot.
To say it the nicest way, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Oh,
And
you did all of that for her.
I
That's
did all of
amazing.
that.
That's
Oh my goodness.
amazing. In our, we are very close knit families, right? And
Mhm,
coming from Asia,
mhm.
and that's the reason why probably most of us are caregivers, right? But I
Yes.
also believe that each one of us is a
Mhm.
caregiver at one point of our life,
Of
and
course.
we may not be the principal caregiver, or we may not be a caregiver like nurse or doctor or whatnot, or what names you call it, but we are all caregivers at one point in our life.
Yes.
So talking
So
about
again,
caregiving,
so
um,
if I may, if I just could finish that sentence for a minute. So she would say, "May you have a blessed life," and she taught, she's I mean, I was only young, but she spoke a lot about karma. What you do to others will come back to you. This that really, really imprinted in my deeper consciousness, and it
yes,
always remained in my consciousness. And also the fact that she's blessed me with her both hands and say, "May you have a good life." I consider myself having a very good life. uh, Mind you, I worked at it, but just because you work at it doesn't always mean it will turn positive. In my case, it has. I am so grateful, and I that led me to believe in karmic deeds. And so I call myself karma banking. Every day I am karma banking.
yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do believe in that. It's also in my growing up years, my parents would say, don't do unto others what you do not want others do unto you, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And that's
mhm.
the thing, right? So, karma can be a positive karma, karma can be a negative karma.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm,
I mean, if we are living this life, um,
mhm.
I think so. We all must aim for a
Yeah.
positive karma, a good karma.
Yeah.
So let
Yes.
me take you when you talk about caregiving. I know that this has something to do also where you are now as a business owner of
Mhm.
of your business, right? So can you tell us about your business and how did you
Mhm.
go about
So,
it? What
so
made you go
because
about
yeah,
owning a business as big as what you have now?
yes. So, um, you know, I have always had an empathy, intense empathy, and sense of pain from other people's pain. And I'm not sure whether that is that I was born with it, or that being with my grandmother, something was ignited inside of me. But also, from very young childhood, I could feel, uh, I could sense, I couldn't tolerate the injustices, pain from, those things. I was just very keenly aware, and I really don't know how that happened. So, um, while growing up, I also, I was with, then from 10, 11, then I was with my mom. Then I started 10, 11, 12, I started doing sort of, what is it called? I would go to the market and I would do all the bartering, I was like bartering, and she had we had a small store, like a confectionery store or something like that. And I took care of all of that. And I knew just from, as I say, buying an egg and selling the egg for egg and a half, to make the profit, and
I
that's just
love
an
that
analogy.
story.
I one of the national the, the the bank's VP asked me, "Where did you get your business? Where did you learn your business?" I said, "Well, when I was only 13 and 14, I bought an egg and sold the egg for egg and a half. That's my profit and loss right there." So he laughed, but it is true. And as you grow, I did all that small business from all the way to till I met my husband. I ran a restaurant. I was only 15, 16, 17. I ran a restaurant there too. I made a profit. Then I taught language. That also I got me a lot of good life. Um, during my business, I was doing the business in Nepal, but also I had the language training to the diplomats and to the volunteers from all over. So I had a lot of exposure in terms of how to deal with people of all kind of level. Okay, so then as I'm growing, I'm building up who I'm to be from very childhood. Okay, so then we went from when we came to Scotland, from Scotland to Canada. My inner drive to be self-independent, self-sufficient, self-determined, what was the word, to determine my own future. It didn't matter whether I'm married or not married, and that was always my goal. So then I did a carpet importing business in 1983 from Nepal, and that led me to another business, another notch, in the business in Canada. While I was doing all of that, then in the meantime, I'm also feeling people's, I also did a lot of involved with charity work for Nepal, children in Nepal. I always felt that I have a responsibility to take care of the people that don't have what I have. Okay, so, but also I'm doing all this charity work because I am involved with the Sir Edmund Hillary Foundation in Canada. That platform allowed me to do the work that I have always wanted and couldn't do alone, not as significantly, without being on the board. So now with the board, I was able to do that. So now I wanted to do even bigger than that, and that couldn't be done. When I say bigger than that, means make the bigger contribution, financial, make the ability to make a decision myself without asking anybody, not my husband, not my foundation, just that having that independent decision-making ability. So, so that led me also, then I bought my first business. It had people with mental illness. Okay, and I felt a huge connection. Again, this is more thinking business and charity together, because I was always doing charity, but also I wanted to finance what I do through the business. So when I bought that business with people with mental illness, I felt intense connection and compassion for the people that were in that situation, because many of the people that came to the home actually had been a very productive member of society. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a minute. So I ran that for 5 years. This was in Jackson's Point, Ontario, Canada. Mm-hmm. So I met people with 3 PhDs, people with who had done. Excuse me, I don't know, Rosanna, for a minute. Could you sit
We're talking too much. That's why I'm drinking too.
If you could just mute me for 1 second. I don't know what happened there.
Well, yeah, so sometimes anyway, that happens because sometimes with the air or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So for 5 years, I ran a very successful. I loved every one of them. I just used to dance with them. There's a huge. It's a very challenging, but it's the most satisfying at the same time. When I sold that place, I cried all the way home. I didn't want to sell it, but we had to sell it. I mean, we sold it, and I cried all the way home. So now with that 5 years in that smaller business gave me the next necessary step that I was taking. That was I then bought 118 bed retirement home, and that's in Barrie.
Yeah.
It's a
So you have
77.
Berry, and then you have.
Then I have Niagara Falls, which has now 113. It's an 11-story, 113 bed. It used to be a hotel, Emerald Crown Hotel in Niagara Falls. It's right beside the falls, not too far, 5 minutes. Yeah. So 2015, I bought the Barrie Manor, which was a failing business, losing a lot of money. But now we are the destination in Barrie area for care home. We're not nursing home, but we're enhanced care. We do pretty close to nursing home, and so
Very nice.
it's run very successfully. And the team we have there is very compassionate, very understanding, efficient workers who care for the residents. And so we have a very good team there. And so same with the Emerald. I bought that, the one in Niagara Falls, I bought that in 2018. So we're working through the maneuvering through the how to create best team, best environment. We have some challenges, but we're working on getting there.
Wow, you have such a very, very long story about how you get to the place where you are right now. With hard work, with dedication, with determination, everything is possible.
Yes.
Honestly, I can
yeah.
relate to your story and how things happen for me as well.
Yeah.
So,
just to add one more is that I'm done now. 2020 November, I bought 80 unit apartment unit building in downtown St. Catherine.
yeah.
So I'm now working toward making that seniors affordable home. So that's in the works.
Wow, that's so wonderful of you. I think so. When we become business owners, we also not look only about how to make profit, but also really is how to serve others. This
Yep.
is the most important thing, and I think so. That's how we can grow. That's how we can grow when we put others first.
Of course, yes.
Right? I want to ask you. So let's go back in time when we were still kids, and people would ask you, "What would you want to be when you grow up?" What was that for you?
I don't know that anybody asked me, let's say, but I knew that from very young, I think that I had a very inquisitive, I always question everything. I can say that I was very driven from very young. So it's not something that I listened to motivational speaker that drove me to where I am today, but I was just motivated myself to do well. I think that can maybe that's a bit of a culture, also. It could be culture, but I was driven from the very beginning, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to be, but I knew that I wanted to be successful. And I was also one of those, if you can believe, is that I didn't want anything for free, but I wanted to make it myself.
Yeah.
Now, how determined that was.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
I can see you look so
amazing. I remember when we go out for dinner, I never let anybody pay for it. guys, especially because I wanted to everything in from very equal footing. I truly did not want to manipulate, or I was, if I, when we met the volunteers or thing, when we go out, and I was pull my wallet first and pay. And one day the guy, he was British, he actually got mad. He didn't
So
appreciate
I want to ask you something different now. I know you look fabulous. I've seen you in person as well. So I have a few questions here. You know, being
Sure.
fabulous also has something to do with fashion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not taking fabulous word in vanity, okay? In vain, not in that. But it
Yeah.
just so happens sometimes it's nice to talk about, especially when you come into, you know, this um 60 and bold and beautiful and, and brave, right? So can I ask you, so when we talk about fashion now, okay?
Mhm.
I know you dress well. I'd like you to talk a little bit about how you dress. Yeah. So you prefer to wear dress or pants?
Um, I don't mind either, but of course I like being professional. I like sophistication. But I also like casual. But as
Okay.
long as everything looks good, I'm okay.
Okay. Let's talk about shoes. Shoes. High heels, sandals, sneakers. So
Again,
dress shoes. So which one?
mhm, yeah, again, I love high heels, but I also love what was the other one? High.
Do you want sandals? Dress shoes?
I like dress shoes. I like dress shoes. I love high heels. But I also like sneakers because, when I'm going for walking, I can walk in high heels, and I'm passionate about staying healthy. I'm very passionate. Those are natural. So yeah, it depends on the function.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
depends.
want you to talk about your 6 inches heels. What is in there? Tell me something about it. You talk about your 6 inches heel shoes. Walk like a princess.
Oh my goodness. No,
Talk
it's
to me
not quite
about that.
6 inch, it's not quite 6 inch, but I used to always say, because here's the thing. When I was growing up, we were just told to be very natural, simple. Just, my mom never liked me putting makeup, my sister never liked me putting makeup, but for some reason I was so interested in fashion, just very interested. I was interested in doing the right thing. I was also interested in social justice. I was interested in compassion. I was interested in all of that good things, but I was also very interested in fashion, which was not the
So
norm in
depending
which
on
is
where
not.
you're going, that's how you're
Yes,
gonna dress up, right? Because
yes,
you know
yes, that's
shoes
right.
are
Yes,
important for us to feel
yes. So
comfortable, to look
yeah.
good, to look taller, right?
Yes.
And yeah, so for me too, shoes mean a lot to me.
Yeah,
During
yeah,
my
yeah.
younger
So
days,
my
I
my
do miss.
yeah, what I'm trying to finish my sentence, Rosanna, is that why the 6 inch is that, because I'm a woman who likes women to be strong, positive, and self-independent. So financially, mentally, in every corner.
Yeah.
So my motto to all women is, women, to my daughters, I always says, don't build yourself a straw castle. Straw
Mhm.
castle, what when you just blow and they just, gone poof. If we don't have substance inside, then the all of this makeup, all these fluffy things, they're not going to sustain us. Those are not our main pillars. Our pillars are inside. As much as I like my 6 inch or 4 inch or 3 inch heel, the I am also, I get my hands dirty, elbows dirty. I go in the ground. I do everything necessary. And so my point is, be the queen, be ready to be queen and the slave at the same time. You can wear 6 inch, 5 inch heel, but doesn't mean you can't get your hands dirty, right? So
That's true.
that is
That's
that is
so
my
true.
that is my
So
point.
we have only 1.5 minutes left, and so I would
Oh
like to
my
ask
God.
you, what would you like to share as parting words to our listeners or viewers?
I think that for me is follow your heart. if you don't be afraid. This is all I can say. Don't get attached to things. When you're building the things, don't get attached, because then we're so afraid we might lose. So what if we lose? That's my approach to life, because we're going to die and we're going to have nothing to take with us. But in the meantime, you still have to live your life the way it makes you fulfilled. That's something that I don't know if I said it right, but I do actually have that kind of mentality. I'm not attached to what I have as much as I'm excited by what my ability, what I can do, and I'm in this business without any prior knowledge, but what I had was a central key uh, conviction to serve, to make business, to be independent, but to also create a win-win. I'm a very win-win for everybody. It's not for me, it's for all of us, whether it's my employees, whether it's my residents, whether it's anything, that anybody who comes to my space should be able to experience my winning.
Wow, what wonderful words of wisdom and uplifting message that you have just shared with all of us. So, friends, it is about time to again say goodbye for now. And we thank you, Nima, for sharing the many phases of Nima McElhinney's life. And I'm so grateful that, I was able, given this opportunity to have a one-on-one talk with you. So, friends, I would like to invite you, if you have a story that you would like to share with everyone, please contact me, or let me know by sending me a message. If not, put it in the comment box below, and that I will respond to you with the information that you will have to write for me. And so for today, we had such a great topic and story that we have heard from Nima McElhinney. I hope that you be encouraged, be inspired by her story. So thank you once again. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rosanna. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rosanna, so much. And have a wonderful, fantastic, brilliant day.
Thank you.